Hey everyone, welcome to another day of Veda. Today I wanted to make a video about something semi-controversial, but I kind of have to get my thoughts out about it. I'm just gonna go for it and you guys will see what I mean. So what I want to talk about today is cosplaying, Disney bounding, cosbounding, the differences between all of them, and why I think certain ones, when done at a Disney park, are a problem. Briefly, Disney bounding is when you wear regular clothes that you would wear anywhere else in the world and make them kind of look reminiscent of a Disney character using color blocking and accessories. Cosplay is when you wear a costume of a character and try to look kind of as much like the character as you can. And cosbounding is a name given to something that's kind of in between. It's kind of regular clothes, but maybe you got a wig on, maybe you have like a prop that you made for the outfit. Here's what I want to specify right off the bat. Cosplay, cosbound, Disney bound, I think they are all amazing. I love all of them. I think they're great. What I think is a problem is when people cosplay or cosbound at Disneyland or a Disney park. I feel like I rant about cosbounding a lot on Facebook or Twitter, and I don't ever really get a chance to fully explain why. And I have a lot of, I think, legitimate reasons, so I don't want anyone to think that I think it's a problem, like, for whatever reason, or just because, like, I don't like it. Because I really do like it. I think it's great and creative, but there are really specific reasons why I think it's a problem to do them at Disneyland. But I gotta give you some background information. Previously, Disneyland had a rule where no one over 10 could wear a costume to the park. Disneyland recently changed the rule to say that no one over 14 can wear a costume to Disneyland, and we kind of all took that as them cracking down on costume wearers at the parks, because a lot of people were wearing cosbounds or borderline cosplays to Disneyland. More background information. You don't really have to be a cast member to understand where this comes from, but it is something that they do teach cast members when you begin to work at Disneyland. There's a thing that Disney takes very, very seriously called character integrity. What this means is that Disney cares a lot about how their characters in their movies are portrayed in the parks. The reason why there ever was a no costume rule to begin with is because Disney doesn't want people coming in looking too much like their characters and confusing other guests. They lose control a little bit in that way because, for example, if I were to go to Disneyland dressed as Princess Jasmine and a little kid really thought that I was Princess Jasmine, and then I cursed in front of her or did something profane, then Disney loses control of their characters' images. It doesn't matter that I don't actually work for Disneyland, that kid might have a really negative idea of Princess Jasmine after that experience. I think that makes a lot of sense. So here's where I begin to have a problem with cosbounding or borderline cosplaying at Disney parks. With Disney bounding, you kind of get across the point that you're trying to invoke the idea of a Disney character without causing confusion to other guests. With cosbounding, where you wear a wig or have props, or just are flat out wearing a cosplay. I've seen people literally just wearing costumes that look almost exactly like the outfits the princesses wear at Disney parks. When you do these things, you are compromising character integrity. It's difficult for me to talk about this because I have many friends who do this. I love them. I think they look great. I wish they wouldn't do it at Disneyland. There's a difference between doing it to the park, to the supermarket, to school. There's a difference between doing it there and doing it at Disneyland, because someone who's going to Disneyland that sees someone who looks like a princess is gonna believe that that person is the princess more than if they saw that person at the grocery store. You know what I mean? I'm also not claiming that anybody I know or anybody who cosbounds is gonna do something profane in front of children. But you never know, and you never know when someone's listening to a conversation you might be having. You might wanna have an alcoholic beverage at Disney California Adventure, which is totally okay for you to do, but has a different meaning if someone thinks you're a princess who's having a beer. There's just a lot of things, and it's literally something that we all know Disney doesn't like. So I kind of just get frustrated when people keep doing it, and when people in Facebook groups start phrasing things like, do you think I can get away with wearing this? If you have to ask yourself if you can get away with it, that obviously means it's something you probably shouldn't be doing. On a more personal, self-involved level, if cosbounding is something that Disney as a company doesn't like happening in their parks, and people start calling their cosbounds Disney bounds, then they might ban Disney bounding from the parks. I am constantly worried about Disney bounding being banned in the park. How would they even do that? I don't know. In the past, they weren't even allowed to wear black and orange striped things on Halloween. You know what I mean? The rules used to be a lot tougher, and we kind of broke those boundaries down, and now we, I think, are taking advantage. These are just my thoughts. I can't predict what Disney's gonna do. I can't stop any of you from living your lives and doing your own thing, but I rant so much about this topic online that I felt it was somewhat unfair for me to be kind of annoyed publicly about it without giving a sufficient explanation. I hope I didn't make anybody mad because like I said, I don't think it's like a bad thing to be doing. I just think it shouldn't happen at Disneyland. So leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought of my thoughts. I'm kind of nervous to put this up, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I will see you guys tomorrow for another Veda vlog, and until then, stay magical.